So if I were to hop in a sprint car, what advice would you give me for this upcoming weekend? I've heard words like patience come up and have fun.
Are you a well-funded team?
Hey Trevor, what advice would you give to a new race car driver or a new team?
What advice would I give?
Yep.
Find someone you trust at the racetrack to help you like get you pointed in the right direction. Like stick to basics. Like don't. I mean, at the end of the day, we're racing. I'm not trying to cure cancer. We're just racing. You know.
What mistakes do you feel like you've seen some rookies make when they're overcomplicating?
Like they just go ask 10 different people what to do or recommend, and you're gonna get 10 different answers every time. So I mean, just stick to, like I said, stick to one person that you trust or whatever, and just build a baseline off of that. Then you start adjusting from that. But I want to be trying to get like he said this, he said that, and it just turns into a big mess at that point.
Where all the drops are, that's where all the mill and lathe, grinder, all that, and all the shock bays are built off of here. One of the big holdups is we had a problem with the metal they put on the front, and so we took that off, and they're gonna replace it. But we're waiting for that new metal, so that's why they haven't been able to finish the sheetrock in here, because they can't sheetrock it until they hang the canopy, the metal canopy, and they obviously can't hang them in the metal canopy until the metal's up there. But this will be glassed in, so when you first walk in, this is going to be like our trophies and stuff. You know, we have a car on display, and then this would go into the showroom.
Definitely patience though. 'Cause I feel like I wasn't patient enough, and it was a while, and now I feel like I'm just now kind of starting to get like decently competitive every night.
So do you, like when you say patience, do you mean like on understanding like handling the car or tracks or?
It just takes a long time to get a lot of races and a lot of laps to get to where you can actually run with. Like, I'm thinking about some of the guys like racing against every week. They've been running for 10, 15 years, and I've only been a couple.
Countertop that goes underneath there with a glass display case. People to walk in and area to get checked out and whatnot. Display a lot of shock stuff over there, and then maybe jack and pit logic stuff here.
This is Hudson's office?
Yep, and I said, you want me to put your name on the door? And he said, no, just put random room. So apparently he wants to be a top secret office. Another office, this is where Chance is gonna work on marketing stuff and whatnot. This is gonna be Brad Coleman's office, who's our production manager, so he'll straight out to the shop.
That's efficient.
Yeah, bathroom. There's one on the other side for a shop and office bathroom. This is gonna be the break room. So cabinets back there, the fridge. So they're starting to put the drop tiles in. It's just like amazed me how they did this. I've never seen how that's done. Yeah. And they like hang all these wires, and then with a laser they put these grids in. And then they do the drop ceiling, they put insulation through the drop ceiling.
So there's really nothing that replaces laps, you know. You gotta get experience, especially in dirt racing. You know, laps are hard to come by. You get, 3-4 laps of hot laps, then you gotta qualify. So it makes it tough, but getting out there and racing and just starting getting experience, is the biggest thing to start.
Go as fast as you feel comfortable at first. Because if you crash or spin out or hit an infield tire, that's probably whatever laps you lose there is laps you could have used for experience.
You go like run Putnamville, and it seems like half the weekends they take 3 from the heat.
That is Putnamville in your hot lap and you're qualifying, so every time you're on the racetrack matters.
You actually have to race to get into the race instead of just automatically being in.
It's like 5 months before I even ran a feature. It was like we had 35, 40 cars, so there's a B main every night. I drove nothing. Basically started in a 410 Dominic sprint car, so I was like 3 seconds off the pace when I first started. Me and Braden, we got in race cars that were already, we knew the car was going to be good. Like a Steve Fox 53 was going to be fast, just the driver had to figure it out. And then my family, like the car I first got in won the year before, so I knew it was capable. It was just me trying to figure it out as a driver. A lot of people, when they first get into racing, they're not only trying to figure out how to drive the car, they're figuring out how to work on it, set it up, maintain it. Like the learning curve's big.
I feel like it was actually kind of weird for Steve too, because he's never really, like my dad or Steve, never really had anybody drive for them that hasn't already been like winning good. Like, because like John drove for him, he was already winning. Christopher, obviously.
Maybe we should go ask Steve about that.
I should. Braden, come with me.
Yeah, get him to open up.
This is the gathering area. So we're gonna put our sim rig up here. Couch, table, TV. So if the guys don't want to eat their lunch in the break room, we could go watch TV. This is conference room. Typically when we have staff meetings and whatnot, we just do it out in the shop, but anyhow, conference room. This is my office.
Nice. Overlooks
the shop. Yeah, and easy to get. So this will be engineering, and then we kind of set it up where we have room for 2 engineers. Shahab's our only full-time engineer now, but at some point I foresee us needing 2. We have a lot on his plate. He does a great job with it, but enough room where 2 engineers could work in here. Our 3D printer will be in here. So this is going to be our studio podcast room. Here, then we had them they're going to like bury this in insulation to keep it quiet, you know? So, yeah, I figured you would have your
producer
here.
desk there.
Yep, and then you could have a table here where guys are talking, and then maybe even another backdrop here where if you're doing Monday morning quarterback. Like I thought about like the backdrop we would use for trade shows, so you could change it out, like slide a new thing over it. So you could almost have something here too, you know. We might do an L, or like over here you could do new product videos with a backdrop.
Yeah.
And over here you could do the podcast.
I think that'd be cool.
So
No, you know what the biggest difference is?
Yeah.
Everybody just about has really good equipment.
Really?
You don't see near the boxes there used to be. You know, half the field would have pretty good cars and half the field would just be getting there on a wing and a prayer. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, there's some, I look around, you know, and everybody's stepping up. Like Harley Burns, his stuff's a lot better this year. This is about, I told my daughter the other day, I think that Sprint Week this year is gonna be unreal. I want to go. I'm going to take my camper and probably go just about every night because I think the racing's going to be incredible this year.
Hey Steve, what advice are you going to give me when I hop in that 53 machine?
Don't crash it.